just want to say you guys are amazing. You guys look amazing today.
Oh, thank you. You too.
All right, put away the grease gun. Let's get going here. No.
My name is Rain. And
I'm Nasser. And I'm Chris.
all right, so before I start the presentation, I just want to show of hands who here is mindful of what they're eating right now, or like on a diet. Okay, that's there's a reason for it, right? You know, it's either we want to lose weight, we want to, reduce like certain health risks, like lower high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and diabetes. We either want to achieve or maintain an ideal body weight, or achieve a certain physique, or we just want to overall want to improve our health and live a healthy lifestyle. So I myself is actually on a diet right now. I'm on a seafood diet.
And you eat it.
I want to start you off, guys, with a quote. It says, "Exercise is king, nutrition is queen. Put them together, and you got a king." I firmly believe in this quote because it kind of goes both hands in hand. You know, exercise and nutrition. It's like if you exercise and you have poor nutrition, kind of doesn't make sense, right? So, yeah. Alright, let's take a look at each of these athletes. Alright, we all know how they work hard to get to their level. But one thing that each of these athletes have in common is their nutrition. That actually they use nutrition as actually one of their key to their success. They So we, based on our research, we concluded that these problems that our athletes are facing right now is, they have poor choices of food and drinks that leads to eating low nutrients food, like example like fast food. They have reduced access to food to a busy lifestyle and frequent travel. And they just don't know, they have poor knowledge of like sports nutrition. So these became our motivation to create a solution for this problem. So therefore, as a user, as an athlete, I want to achieve the highest level of nutrition so that I can always perform at the best of my ability. That's why I'm proud to present to you guys NutriFit.
Hello everyone. As Rain just explained to you, welcome to NutriFit. You guys might be wondering, well, what is NutriFit? You might also not be wondering, but that's okay. I'll tell you anyway. So, NutriFit is essentially, going through this right here, we just added this in. It's kind of like a user flow diagram. It's definitely hard to see, I know that, but essentially it's just how the flow is once a user goes into our site, how to navigate through everything, and we'll go more into detail on that. And these are some pictures of our site, which you will also see later on. So just a little, okay. Anyway, as I was trying to get to, NutriFit is essentially an app that we developed that is designed for athletes who are looking for an easy solution to healthy nutrition. We wanted to create a place where athletes can go and they can get everything in one spot, whether it's nutritional knowledge, nutritional facts on a certain item, like chicken, spinach, and using the APIs that we use, which I'm going to talk about, would essentially spit out that information for you. And not only that, but it'll also show you in location where you're at, the closest places to find those items. So here's some technologies we use and when we were building this and putting this together. We use Nutritionix API. So Nutritionix is like a food API. So you can go on there in the search bar. Once you search through it, you can type anything in there, whether it's chicken, spinach, broccoli, and it'll spit out a couple charts for you and other information on that item. And especially what we wanted was the nutritional facts itself. How many calories it has, how many grams of sugar, such and such. You know, when you guys go to the grocery store and see it all on the side of the cartons and whatnot. So essentially that's what we wanted to grab from that API. The next API we used was Google Maps API, which was gonna take in geolocation to grab the user's location and use that to find the nearest places that service that item that the athlete is looking for. We also used a CSS framework called Materialize. It's similar to Bootstrap, but we liked it. I mean, everybody kind of used a similar thing, but essentially it's just a style framework for our site. We also used Adobe XD. With Adobe XD, we used to design our website, design the layout and the wireframe. And we also use Trello to track the progress of our project while we're going through it. And now I'm going to turn it over to Naz, who will explain the website and how to navigate everything with our demo.
Not me. Exactly.
So this is the NutriFit website. As you can see, we're using Materialize for our CSS framework, and we kept it very simple for users. We have a home screen, as you can see, with some basic information at the bottom that users can scroll to, or you can click a mouse to scroll down to it. There is a contact button that you can use and click on to email directly the webmaster. We have a login and sign up, so this is using basic authentication on the user's local machine. At the moment, to sign up and create an account for the user, so let's say, for example, I create an account. So that is my actual email, and we click sign up. Okay, second I log into that using the credentials I just created. I go to this map page. Whenever you'll see that geolocation has pinged me at this area right here.
Remember, it's so hard. I can see we faced a little bit of challenges.
Yeah, so the whole premise of NutriFit is so that athletes and people who play any particular sport, even recreationally, have a place where they can select what sport they're playing. You'll have your suggested meal right there. You just do a quick search,
That's so cute.
and you can go in
It's a little graham cracker.
through Google Maps and actually search up locations that either serve this food or sell it. So right here, we have Vitamin Shop. You can
Cereal?
here, and you can go to Google Maps and get directions and reviews. That's really good. The additional added bonus with NutriFit is that you have an account set up. So in the event that you want to update any information regarding that account, you can easily do so from the settings menu, and type in the password, and my new password. In here, my account has been updated, and I can go ahead and do another search, or if I'm done, I can simply log out and go back to the home screen. So a lot of challenges that we faced with this technology, especially with the Nutrinex API. Going through the documentation was a bit of a hassle. Nutrinex organization, as they currently have it now, it's just a simple Google sheet. It's not really much. It's not really that comprehensive. So we tried going to GitHub to look at their issue tracker to see, what issues were opened and how they were able to resolve those. Again, not very comprehensive, not very responsive. So we worked to the best of our ability with the information that we were given. The geolocation was also a bit challenging because we were not only providing the geolocation service, but we were also providing the places service as well, which is basically that search that you saw, which is where you input a certain keyword or phrase or even the name of the location and it pops out those markers. So getting those two to work was a bit of a hassle. You have two different sort of API URLs for places and geolocation, but we were able to basically combine those pretty well. The elements within the HTML and the styling were also a bit challenging, so we were using Materialize, and as far as we knew, there were some issues with the JavaScript that we had pulled, the JavaScript library that we had pulled from the Materialize website, and those that we saw on like Stack Overflow and what people have done also. So yeah, the authentication was also a bit of a challenge because it was very basic, but we're hoping to update that later on. Future development, we want to have comprehensive meal plans provided by our on-site nutritionist and trainer, and also have options for dietary restrictions and recipes and the like. So thank you for your time.